Hello, my name is Renee Rettig, and I'm here to talk about the bookshop, and which has been a feature of Hayward's downtown community since 1960. The bookshop was founded by Ken and Virginia Mackenzie. Ken and Virginia found each other and fell in love and got married later in their lives. And they were at a crossroads. Ken needed to find new work after a lifetime of heavy labor, and Virginia was all too happy to leave her desk job. So together they decided to start a new path and open a bookstore. So, of course, at that point, they needed to find out what would be the right fit for Hayward, so they did their own market research. Ken put together an assortment of books and lugged the tray door to door through his neighborhood and decided what would be the best core of books to put into the shelves of their new store. They finally opened their store in April of 1960 at 22544 Main Street. That's a little red wooden house that's no longer there. That was converted into the store. It was right next to the feed store at the time. That was at the corner of A and Main Street, which is at this point the Goodyear tire shop. They kept the bookstore humming there for 21 years. They had the opportunity then to move on to B Street, 982 B Street, and kept it there till 1981. For a few years then they ran it, and one day in 1989 Hank Maskell walked in the door. Hank was also at a crossroads in his life. He was looking for a way to escape his coat and tie office job and was looking for the gentlest way to live the rest of his life. He walked up to the counter at the bookshop and asked to order the book, The Complete Guide to Starting a Used Bookstore. And at that point, Virginia at the counter asked if he'd like that to come along with the bookstore. And pretty much on a handshake, sometime later, Hank bought the bookshop and opened it in May of 1989 under his patronage. So later that year, that fall, Hank was in the shop with one other customer, and the Loma Prieta earthquake decided to welcome him into the community. Hank immediately ran out the door for cover, alone, and when it all the dust subsided, one book had fallen off the shelf. It was a real miracle. He asked the one customer why he didn't leave, and the customer said he was having too good of a time watching the walls sway. So in 1992, Hank had the opportunity to move into the Green Shutter building. That's at 1007 B Street, where it is today. The bookstore was formerly the Rexall drugstore downtown for decades, and before that, I've been told, was the blacksmith in town. The move was only 2 crosswalks away, and they made a fire brigade line of book lovers, and in the space of one day, box by box, hand by hand, the whole store was transferred into the new one. One constant element through the years for the bookshop has been the connection with the art community. Ken and Virginia always had an art gallery in the back of each of their stores throughout the years to be a forum for local artists. Hank, when he took it over, decided to flip that premise and turn it into a more public forum by having the front window be the gallery for local artists. He's always featured emerging first-time artists, and over my time there, it's usually booked 9 months in advance, and it's always been word of mouth, so it's been a real strength for the downtown art community. This is my 13th year there. Back in 1995, I got a call from my best friend at the payphone across the street from the bookshop saying that store you like is hiring. You should come down right now. So I did. I hightailed it right down and presented myself to Hank, and in the space of the time it took him to smoke a cigarette, I was hired, and I've been there ever since. So it's with great pride that I can call myself a bookseller, and carry on this tradition of